Good morning or afternoon. I am the Rivix. I guess that's such a cheesy way to start an intro to a video. Anyways, this is the Vigilant guide. So yeah, I'll just kind of hop right into it. Vigilant is an R14 destroyer. It's very pretty. Has a lot of it's pretty fun, but it's also definitely not meta. Just a quick note on what is meta. Tyrant is still pretty good. Relic is great. Abario is great. Emperor is also great. Those, and of course Zeta. Those are the current meta. Everything else is kind of meh, not really. Sirius is fast, but it doesn't have enough health points to last anything. It pretty much just dies. This thing is too slow, and it usually just dies. My build is probably, in my opinion, ooh, the game sounds down a little bit. Just a little bit. It's already so low anyways. Okay, how about that? That's fine. In my opinion, the only thing good about this ship is its base health value, and the fact that you can really abuse some resistance mechanics to make it last a very long time. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of these so we can kind of focus on this ship. I'm going to make sure this is here. Okay, so let's kind of go over fitting it. But first, to do that, we have to kind of talk about what we want. So, in my opinion, the only good way to play this is you have to go all the way on the health pool. So that's why I have crystal plates. Well, I guess it doesn't. The order doesn't really matter, but this is my resistance. So you have base full resistance 23 plus 8 for each enemy's damage. So if you have a lot of people touching you, you're going to last a long time. And I basically just have another 100,000 of health pool. So we'll show you mine. It's 253. Ooh. Control. Yep, 120,000 hull. That's a lot. That's very helpful. That's accomplished by this. Oh, I have 2 armor. Okay, that's helpful. That's fine. Wow, so just 43% is enough to do that. I wonder if it's better. How much hull? Because you get diminishing returns the more you get. I mean, 55% is pretty high. I'm curious. That's probably the right one to pick. So you can pick this if you want an all damage deal, but I think that 10% it's just not worth it. It's better to do that. I mean, it's better to grab the whole resistance, lose the main weapon damage. So grab this. Either of these are fine. I really, honestly, in all my years building destroyers, I have never really noticed a huge difference when it comes to like the power. Cooldown time is helpful, but it's not a big, I don't know. It just the 10 seconds isn't a huge deal for me. For things that have a long cooldown. I mean, maybe it's helpful if you have certain builds, but I don't. I just stick with energy drain because that's a big deal for spamming photon emitter, which is a must for this build. At least for the anti-desi does it. So that's a recommend. I honestly would probably just go ahead and go with this. And then honestly, I'd probably, what'd I drop? 36? I don't know. They're both really good. You really want to have a high base resistance. 36 to 20, this is a lot more. So you can probably drop one of these and go for a whole other one of these and get a lot more hull. So I'd probably recommend that. I might drop this because there's plenty of times multiple people are on top of you because you're big and slow. And if you're any good at the game, people will be focusing on you. So that happens a lot, and that saved my butt a lot. So my opinion is between crystal plates and galvanized armor. I'd probably keep the crystal plates and then just use the 20 on refitting it to take care of this and have more hull. Your hull is the biggest factor. I have this. There's been a few times where I've been able to heal. Don't expect this isn't a regeneration build. It's not. And it can't do that. It doesn't have the slots for that. And hull regens so much worse than shield, obviously. So again, the whole idea is have a whole lot of EHP to last as long as possible on a single life. This just helps because there's been a few times where I have enough time in between battles to regenerate enough of my hull to last another wave of people. So I like doing heavy repair drone. I recommend it, but you can probably use something else if you want to. So I think this is necessary. I don't think this is necessary. terribly. I'd say this is absolutely necessary, absolutely necessary, absolutely necessary. These are all probably absolutely necessary, in my opinion. It changes based on the build you want. We'll go into that like really quick. So let's go into that. I guess we should just go into that. I have two builds. One's on my website. The other one is what you're seeing right now. This is a special anti-destroyer build that I've had a ton of success with. Of course, I haven't videoed it, so no pictures, no proof, but you can take my word for it. You can look at it, and it'll make sense. I'll probably, hopefully, go into a match after this, record that, and then use that as footage about the build being really good. Hopefully, unless it just suck. It's so funny, you play a few rounds, and you do really well, and then you record it, and it's just all gone. Everyone knows what that's like. So let's start with the main build. The main build should be... Oh, wait. First, let me save this. Yeah, okay, there we go. And then let's load this. Is it Vidair? Visible? Should I go check real quick? That's fine. I don't know what the build is called. I think maybe it's this one. Vidair. Doesn't matter. It means visible. It kind of just relates to anything that's visible you can typically touch because of the range of this thing. I don't have a PvP build right now. Everything I use is just this. Okay, let's go into this. So this is supposed to be a blockader. This is like a range of denial because it has very high damage, very high range. That's basically it. It's about as simple as that. This is more of a dogfighter. Not like dogfighter, but it's more for shooting at frigates and down. So it's not super strong against destroyers. It's just not. This is a very high number. Plus 55% from this and extra damage. That number is very, very high. Sadly, I don't know, the laser is finicky sometimes. So sometimes you'll feel the damage when you hit a target, and then sometimes you don't. But it's really fun. It's a laser build. I mean, it's got a ton of damage. I mean, these numbers are huge, and it's a laser you can just drag around, and you feel powerful, and you can just straight up just make everything scream for hiding if you have somewhere in open space. This is great for that. This is not super big on movability. If you're far away, that's good. People can't sneak up on you. So they will have to fight this beam all the way towards you to have a chance. As far as the modules go, photon emitter is great wherever. This is fantastic. Remote mine layer. I hope this is for beginners as well. This is a fantastic module. It's probably one of the best modules for team play or like goal-oriented playing because you can throw down mines. That's a ton of damage. They're invisible. So this is great for 4 lives. You can capture almost everything, even people sneaking up on you, because you can put it down, stack them, and they'll run to them and they'll die. And it's so good at protecting beacons. You just run by, put a few down for a few seconds, and you will grab so many more kills than you believe. So this is a great like gameplay in more of the battlefield kind of thing. So I'd recommend this greatly. I don't think it's useful for the other build because the other build has one goal. It's just to take out other destroyers, and this is not good against that. This is great against protecting areas. This is not good against actively fighting people. You would want something, I think Pyros just kind of sucks, but if you have a main caliber, obviously you grab that and pair it with this, and you're pretty darn good. I just have this here. I don't know why I have this here, actually. I think this is why I have this here. Anyway, so it's just a heavy DPS build with a ton of range. This is all just for damage. This is so I can have the laser on target as long as possible. And again, just more health. This is great. Everybody gets close to you, stuck in position. They're eating a lot of damage. And a laser can track targets pretty darn good that are close to you. So you just free look, and you can just track them around. And I've told a lot of people, I have a couple of videos where people are orbiting these close range, and I can still destroy them because we have this, and it's a ton of damage of a laser that you can just put them right on top of them. Again, that's just my opinion. This is for beginners and anyone who wants to build a Vigilant. That's kind of the idea behind it. That's what this is. Reduces resistance to people around you. It's good. And of course, I want the range. That's how I have that. I want the range. That's why I have this. You want to go crew for it. Yeah, go range. Always want more health. This doesn't matter. I just keep it like that so I can kind of just split a few, small things off, so it's not a big deal. Nothing else is really helpful. I don't think this is a big deal. This is helpful. Just have to have it to move around efficiently. I don't think anything else is really useful. Um, I don't think this is a crit build. No. Can I make it one? I mean, you could. It wouldn't really go very well because I'm going for range, but you could. 50% base is pretty high. Let me make sure that's the... Yeah. So I'd probably go with this, and then you could usually make this because you need the energy to spam photon emitter, or I just keep this because I just want more damage. And same with this. This is fine. Either of these are fine. If you live a long time, this is better. But if you're helping people out, that's actually really good. It's probably more powerful. You don't have a lot of shield, so this is great. I want more health because health is my life. This is fine. I actually have a lot of success using Albatross. It just freaks people out to have a whole destroyer just disappear when they get on top of it, so that's kind of neat. Everything else is pretty simple. Like, crew is not that bad, guys. You know, I want a lot of health, great. I want more range, great. Not important, not important. You know, everyone just use this for rotation. It doesn't really matter. Not crit build, don't need this. It's a laser, don't need this. Just get extra damage. This is, you can go either one. I mean, either of them are fine. I just like a higher capacity so I can use some more morsels at once. This doesn't really matter. It's not really helpful. Not really useful. Either of these are fine. I'd probably go with this because it's just better resistance. It's not a big deal though. Either of these are fine. I probably would go with this. Yeah, I go with that so you can spam photon emitter. So that's important. So important, and important. Everything else pretty much isn't. It's not worth it. I did the math. This should be better. It really should be buffed, but it doesn't matter. Just go with this. Just stay with that. Not a big deal. You can go with either one. If you want more energy, that's fine. 7% is not going to make or break. You're already at like plus 30, like 80% more damage. So this 7% is not a huge deal. Either one is fine. And this is more of a playstyle choice. You can do that if you want to have, lower cooldowns for certain modules. It's not a big deal. I'd probably just go to this, and yeah, that's fine. Just keep this. I want the whole and strength. So that's it. So just to recap, this is Vigilant, the laser build. It focuses on having extremely high damage. We're talking 10,000 base DPS plus another 50%. So it's at least 1,500 DPS. 50,000 DPS per second in a laser, which is great. See spatial stabilizer. I just prefer this. I want more range, more damage. It's a blockade. Again, laser pointer, touch anything, makes everything run. Not Desis. Sometimes, if they're at range, they'll probably leave you alone. Obviously, something like this thing is... It's just helpful as a blockade. It does stop some things from moving. That's why it exists, and it does a lot of damage. You've seen other people better than me use a build like this and do very well. So I figured I'd just document it. And here's a build for you guys. I don't know, fire emitter. Just keep wormhole emitter. You need this to move around. This ship is so slow. I would say this is necessary. Ever. I would probably say this is necessary for this kind of build. It's just worth it. And that's about it. I think either of these two are give or take, whatever. If you want to go ahead and do a heavy repelling drone and then use like a turret, that's fine too. I use this sometimes. Sometimes it's really helpful. Sometimes it's not. I really don't know. I think I died to this thing one time, but I have no idea how to do so much damage. It doesn't worry about it. So this is probably what I would run. So this is the final build. So if you would take a screenshot here or note it down, this is it. Vigilant, doesn't matter. Laser build, blockade function. Here is the capacitors for it, the build for it, and here's the modules for it, and here's the crew for it. Okay, so we got that build done. Let's talk about the newest one. I haven't got a good name for it. I put one on the website. Let's talk about this one. I love this one. I'm excited for this one. I had beat so many ships with this build. I am super excited about it. And it's pretty simple to know why. Excuse me. Hail launcher, extra damage, photon emitter, moving around, helping around. That's it. You fix in place with a 39% damage, touch everything that hits you. My build was, that's why I changed it, so I needed to go to this. So my opinion is you need to have this projectile speed. I'll just go ahead and tell you, this is made to destroy destroyers. Sometimes they're fast ones, and I thought with going with like a booster circuit, because they already have enough damage. I was thinking that would help. It's not worth it. The extra 30% really helps out. I don't know why. Maybe it's different in math the way it calculates the damage. But I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now in my testing, the extra projectile speed isn't worth it. This is not worth the extra damage because you lose projectile speed and you need that. So this is perfect for what it's used for. Doesn't reduce projectile speed, does a ton more damage to destroyers. So it's as simple as that. And it's really simple. You know, you need this, you need this. Typically walk around, and then if you see someone in range, you fix yourself and just tap on them, and they usually pretty much die. I love the fact that in this ship, I really can put myself in front of people and beat them, even emperors. I mean, and I've been a tyrant. I wish I recorded them, but yeah, I could chase after them and use this, land on top of them, and genuinely win. I've never been able to do that. I've always had to be a range or regenerated or something else, but this is the in-your-face winning build for R14. And I genuinely think it's one of the best builds for any destroyer, and it's probably one of the most effective builds for anything that's not R17. Because this is the R14s are the only ship that can have this. I don't think it's useful on Tyrant because Tyrant, its special module is so much better. I don't think it's good for Sirius because this has no health. Doesn't make any sense to pick a module that slows you down for a ship that's supposed to be fast and has no health. I think this is made for this. And I don't think... Does this have... Okay, I lied to you. R17s also have this. Okay, so I lied. You probably could do the same thing with this thing. It's probably be a tad better. But, you know, I think there's other builds you can do with Emperor anyways. How much more health? We should probably explore that. But we're talking about Vigilant. Okay, so for Vigilant, other than the laser build, this is probably like one of the best builds, in my opinion, for it. Because this thing does actually work when all of the R14 ships kind of suck. So I recommend this. You can look at it. It's basically the exact same thing. It just with Hail Launcher. I have this because I want extra energy. I think I changed my crew a little bit because I want, in this case, I want more energy. I noticed I just need energy. Everything else is about the same. Yeah. It's not a crit build, so it's all just basically the same. I don't think it's worth doing a crit build. If I had to redo this build, I had to get rid of this. I don't need this. I'd probably put in maybe a shield, another engine. I don't know why. It's just, this is a waste for me. This is great for other ships. Like for Tyrant, you need that. That's a different discussion. But it's just not useful for me. This is good for the laser build because if you lock onto people, you get better tracking if you have them locked on. I don't need it for this because it's not the same kind of weapon mechanic. So this is the Destroyer build. So if you want to take a picture of it, make notes, go ahead. How I fit it is just this should be a 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and I could probably go. You could put it anywhere here. You know, 1 or 2 or 3. You go for shield and get more capacity. That's fine as well. And I just continue to use spatial stabilizer. I'll probably release a special build when I can figure out one that uses this better. It's been a while since I've used it. It's probably gonna be like a coiled gun build. Yeah, probably something like that. But well, that'd be some video. Okay, so this is a Vigilant Guide video. Vigilant Guide video. I hope to make, you know, some more good builds for this game before it goes away, and hopefully have some gameplay using this new build. So thanks you guys for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. You guys have a great day.